There is a plethora of research that supports use of technology in the classroom. I think that two of the most common reasons why it's not integrated very well is because teachers don't know evidence-based implementation strategies. And then they're also a little scared that if they give students too much technology, then they may engage in the wrong thing. So they may think if I use computers too much, they'll start surfing the web, or they'll start chatting with their friends when they're not supposed to, or Googling things when they're not supposed to. And so I think that along with educating our teachers, we can find that they will use more technology in the classroom. I developed an activity that would introduce a teacher that's a little nervous about using technology in the classroom. It would help her implement a way that will keep the students engaged and also allow them to use technology in very beneficial ways. There is a website called Trello. Trello was developed in 2011, and it's a visual collaboration tool for presentations or projects. It can be used to organize, collaborate, communicate, coordinate assignments. It can be used in professional fields like corporate, or it can be used in education, or it can be used for personal matters. This screen that's showing right now is how I could use Trello for lesson planning, which is one great thing that teachers could use for it. This is a template that was created by the actual website, but if you go through it, it goes through quarters of your semester, and then you put your units there, and it'll have things underneath those units that you can show to the class, or that you would want to mention to your classroom. You can also add different people. So for this account, there's 3 different people, which means that this is a great collaboration tool. I can collaborate with teachers from different schools, or I can collaborate with teachers inside of my school. It just gives you that functionality to be able to do both. This template has also put assessments in, just to know the order that you're supposed to be going in as you're teaching this unit. So I think that this is great alone for lesson planning. I actually implemented Trello in my ethics class that I'm taking right now for psychology. So me and my partner, both of us, we were doing a presentation on gender reassignment. And so what we did is we had these different topics that we knew that we wanted to talk about. So we want to introduce the topic. We want to talk about the prevalence of it. We want to talk about ethics and consulting for reassignment. And so this really set the foundation and the layout of how we wanted our presentation to look. And so once we have kind of built the skeleton, or as in an English class, you would probably say this is our outline. After we have built our outline, we can kind of go in and say, okay, what do we want to add to those pieces? And for us, we had a lot of information that we wanted to add. But Trello, let's see if I can just add another card. Let's say that I wanted to add something just about basic ethics. I can click here. I can edit this tab. I can add an activity to it. I can add a description of what I want it to say. I can write comments to my partners. I can attach things to it, and it makes it really easy. So I can attach different documents to this, or I have a video on ethics, and I'll just copy and paste this right into my organizational tool, Trello. And now I have the link to the YouTube video that I would want them to watch if I was using this, right? I can also add due dates to different things. I can add different people to it. I can label different things, different colors, which makes it super helpful. It's just a great organizational tool for you. For this staff development or this activity that I think would be very beneficial to implement into a classroom if you're if your students already have had experience with technology, I want the staff to develop memes or create original memes. So if you're wondering what a meme is, it is basically just a picture that provides humor, but I think that if we can relate it to our students, they would be more engaged in this activity. Okay, so specifically in this activity, you're going to create 3 original memes to encourage students to complete their assignments using 2 persuasive techniques that are used in marketing that have been proven to work. So essentially, in this assignment, you will have to do some research. You will have to look up persuasive techniques, proven to work marketing techniques. So hopefully you are using databases. You're going to research these methods. Your presentation should include evidence that this technique works or personal experiences are examples of it working. And to organize your presentation with your group members, you will use Trello, a social network. You can use makeameme.org to help you create an original meme if you like. And just to show how simple it is to create one from scratch, you would go to the plus sign, create board, and maybe my board title is meme. When I create my board, this is what the blank document looks like. And so if I'm working with my group, I would invite them to my Trello first, or if I was the teacher bringing this to my students, I could make the groups myself. I can place different people in different groups or make the groups the way that I want to, right? So maybe the first thing that I need to do, research marketing techniques. All right. And then I'll add another list and I can talk about persuasive techniques. Okay, and I'll add another list and I can talk about personal experiences. All right, and I can go on and on. And then what I can do is I can put my research in here. So maybe if this is my card where I want the research to go, I'll go to edit it and I can copy and paste links inside of here and have one description of a persuasive technique or a research marketing technique that could go here and then my evidence to back it up. I could make another column for meme options. Right? So here I could probably add pictures just to give myself some options of what pictures I can use maybe once I find the rest of the things that I need. So I think that this is super fun. I think that it's super engaging. Memes are something that is very relatable to students at this point in time. This layout is very nice and easy to understand. It's always great when you're able to be involved, so the teacher can invite themselves or actually make the board for them and invite your students to it. And so that's another plus, just being able to see them work on it and not just assuming that they're working on it. And so I think that Trello is a great tool to use in the classroom, especially if your students already have experience with technology?